Hi everybody, welcome back to Trippy Acrylics. This afternoon I'm going to do a fluid bloom using a black pillow. So I've already mixed the pillow and I've already mixed my colours. If you want to see the consistency and how I mix my colours, I'll just pop the link of the actual video in the description underneath. Okay, so the black base I'm using today, I have mixed up my X2 Free Flow Artist Acrylic Mars Black from Specialist Crafts in the UK. I've mixed that with some PBO Bindex, PBO Studio Acrylic Bindex, just to thicken it up because it is thin pouring paint. Okay, so I'm going to pour the pillow on my wood round, which is a piece of MDF wood which I get from my local B&Q, which is our local DIY store, but you can possibly get it from anywhere, Home Depot, Home Base. It's just a sheet of MDF and my dad's kind enough and he cuts them up into circles for me to practice on. Fabulous substrate really to use for this because it's cheap. You can also use ceramic tiles. I use those a lot because that's really great to do this on, and like I say, when I do these, particularly the tiles, I will always scan them and blow them up to make big pieces of artwork and they look fabulous. Right then, so I've laid down my base. My colours I'm using today are very autumny, warm colours. I want to go for that autumn tone, seeing as we're almost in autumn. Well, we pretty much are here in the UK. The weather has been pretty dire for the last couple of weeks, which is typical because I'm on holiday from work, so hey ho. So thank goodness for pouring. So I'm using bronze, a Monte Marte bronze, any old bronze will do. Then I'm using, this is a lovely colour. I think everybody should invest in this, it's beautiful. It's Pale Umber from Winsor and Newton. Very, very beautiful colour. It's nice and earthy and it gives a lovely smoky effect against black. Then I'm using the Vandyke brown from Winsor and Newton, also a lovely colour that goes well with the pale umber and black, followed by, if I can find it, it's hiding here somewhere. Yep, it is Sand, and it's from WH Smith in the UK. It's just a standard stationery acrylic, but you could get, I'm sure you can get a similar colour elsewhere. It's just like a beigey, yeah, beigey sandy colour. I think Reeves, another make that does that colour. Then I'm using black, Mars Black again, and I will probably pop a little bit more bronze on top of that. Now all these colours are mixed with my pouring medium that I mentioned in my previous video, which is 1 tablespoon of the Valspar Wood and Metal V700 blend, C base. C base is the one to get, most important, and it's an interior gloss. That's also from B&Q over here, but you can get that I'm sure from other DIY stores. And I'm putting, so I put a tablespoon of that thereabouts because I tend to eyeball it with all my mixing with the paint, which is like a couple of squirts literally of the paint as well. You'll see in my other video. And then there's the Chroma Jo Sonia polyurethane varnish gloss. That a couple of drops goes in that as well with the pouring medium. So my colours are mixed up. My cell activator is a good old Aussie Flood Floetrol, which is fantastic for this technique. I mean, I've got to tell you, this is the magic, I think, that works. You can use other things, but for me, you might as well just invest, because by the time you spent money on other products, you might as well have just gone full out and spent your 25 quid and got it from eBay. And that's £25 for 500 millilitres I pay, and that gets shipped from Australia to Jersey in the Channel Islands for me. It takes up to about 2 weeks to arrive, and it goes a long way. Okay, that 500 millilitres goes a long way. So I'll post a link as well for where I am, the seller. So that's 20 millilitres mixed with 5 millilitres of the Titanium Amsterdam White for the cell activator. Okay, so I'm going to lay down my colours. I'm going to start with bronze. I love bronze. It's a very earthy colour. Okay, nice amount of that there. Followed by the pale umber, just for that contrast and the smoky effect that I'm after, hopefully. Then I'm going to use the Vandyke brown, Okay, that also gives a lovely smoky effect. And then the sand, I'm getting these colours laid down quickly because they tend to sink otherwise. Then the sand, and a bit of the black. Not too much of the black, so I'm going to top off that with a little bit of bronze again. Okay, maybe too much, hey ho. Then I'm going to put my cell activator on top. For some reason my workbench isn't level, I can see, because everything's sort of tilting. I think that's because I've been using resin recently, and then resin is a nightmare because when it dries you don't move it, it just doesn't want to budge. You have to start using heat guns and things to melt it. That's why my surface is uneven. I really need to sort it out. Right, okay, so fair amount in the middle. So there's my puddle, and I'm going to start to blow that cell activator in petals out, over, gently over. So take a deep breath. You may need to break to have an extra breath because you can get a bit dizzy doing this. Here we go. Now you just got to wait for these cells to come through. They're sitting there in the middle. I'm going to just wipe my hands. I've got some tissue here. So I'll just get a straw. Sometimes if you, when you're doing this, sometimes the cell activator can get caught in the middle, can get stuck, and it just sits there. And you know there's possibly more cells sitting underneath that blob of white cell activator. So just get yourself a straw and do a short, sharp blow, probably once or twice. And I can see they've already come up lovely. So I'm just going to blow some more to get some more composition. And just by blowing out, I've managed to just, some other cells are popping up, you see, because they're hiding underneath. Excuse me, I'm just having a cup of tea. I often end up making a cup of tea and I'm doing the video, but I never end up actually drinking it. I'm too busy yakking on. Right, here we go. I'm going to see if I can, I'm just going to tap this a bit on the surface, see if I can release that bit in the middle. Because sometimes it just sits there, and it's doing that now, and it's going to annoy me. So I'm just going to keep tapping it, because sometimes it releases it. And the more you move it, it will release. Eventually, you just got to bear with it. I don't actually want to tilt it too much because it's so beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. It's almost like the pattern is almost, in the colours are like animal print. So I think I'm going to leave it like that. I'm just going to tilt that little bit off at the side. I say that, but I end up faffing around with it for ages. It's lovely. It's really, really beautiful, guys. So I might just torch it a little bit, because I can torch it because it's normal acrylic paint. I wouldn't torch it if it was wall paint or house paint, because it tends to burn it and scorch the paint. I'm going to have a go at torching this and see if I get any little pretty cells come up. Yes, I do. You don't need too many, just a little. Done. Absolutely beautiful. I'm seeing if I can, I'm going to try and bring it up to the camera. If not, I'll do another video afterwards to show you. All right. It's really, really pretty. Really pretty. Okay, guys, I'll take a photo and I'll post a little video of it after. see what you think. I'll see you next time, folks. Bye. Hello again. So here we go. Here it is. Beautiful, beautiful colours. I've got the copper in there. Very pretty, very warm, very ethereal. Everything I like. Okay, there you go, guys. Bye.